Hi friends, today we are learning a story full of mystery. Once there was a king and he wanted to things which were unique in nature. One day he wanted to get a boat which would move on land. Boats, where do boats move? Only in water. But he wanted to get a boat which would move on land. There was a famous woodcutter, very famous woodcutter, and he knew what sort of wood is required for making different sorts of things and all. And he had three sons, and everybody was very skilled in making different things with the wood. The king declared that he would give half of his kingdom to the person who would make the boat which would move on land along with his beautiful daughter. Then the woodcutter had three sons. They wanted to make attempt. First day, the eldest son went into the forest and found a suitable tree, cut the wood, and at the time of lunch, he was just eating food. He was sitting for eating food. That time came a blue bird and it was talking to him and asked, "What are you eating? Can you give me some food?" For that he said, "I don't want to share my food with you. I'm very hungry. I don't need to share my food to you." "And then what are you doing?" she said. What am I doing? I'm just making." The bluebird asked, "What are you doing?" Then the eldest son of the woodcutter said, "I am making legs of the cart." "Oh, you are making legs of the cart. Okay, let them be turned into legs of the cart," said the bluebird and flew away. The wood which was cut by him turned to be the legs of the cart. What is the use of those? So he went home disappointed. Then came the second son of the woodcutter. He went into the other forest and found a suitable light-weighted tree, and he was about to make wood. And daytime again he wanted to eat lunch. Came back the same bluebird and asked, "Can you share food with me?" "No, I am very hungry. I can't share my food with you," said the second son of the woodcutter. Then again it asked, "Okay, if you don't want to share food, it's okay, no problem, but what are you doing?" He said, "I am making an appliance which is used for churning buttermilk. For that," it said, "okay, let those pieces of wood turn to be the appliances used for making buttermilk," said and flew away. So whatever wood was cut by him turned to be the appliances used for churning buttermilk. Again, the second one also was disappointed and went home. Came the third son to the forest, and he was the lover of birds. When he cut the wood, again came the same bluebird and asked, "Can you share food with me?" "Yes, I like you birds so much. Okay, let us eat food together." Then he shared some food to the bird. Again the bird asked the same question, "What are you doing?" He said, "Our king asked to make a boat which would move on land." Then the bird said, "Let the logs be turned into the boat which would move on land," and flew away. What happened? When he cut the pieces of wood, all pieces joined together and turned to be a boat. When he sat in the boat, it started moving, and he gave directions to the boat and was moving towards the king's court. Woodcutter's third son was able to make a boat that would move on land. Then he was giving instructions to the boat, and it was moving forward towards the king's palace. On the way, he found a man eating a bone. Then he went and asked, "Why are you eating bone? Nothing else is there in it." Then he said, "I'm very hungry. Lots and lots of food I eat, but my hunger is not fulfilled." For that he said, "Okay, I'm going to the king's palace. There you will get sufficient food." Thus, he made him sit in his boat. He made him sit in his boat, and the boat was moving forward. Again, he found another man was drawing water with a pot and was drinking. And again, he was dropping the same pot in a well and was drinking water. Continuously, he was doing the same thing. Then the woodcutter asked, "Why are you doing so?" Then he said, "I am very thirsty. My thirst is not fulfilled. Actually, I want to drink wine. I don't find any wine. I am satisfied drinking only water." For that he said, "I am going to King's palace. There you will get sufficient to drink." Then he was moving forward with those two people. When he was moving forward, he found another man was holding lots and lots of wood and was moving forward. Then he asked, "What is this? You seem to be taking the half of the forest somewhere. Where are you going to?" Then he said, "I have a stepmother and she is always asking me to get wood from the forest, and I am finding it very difficult to go and get every time. So I am taking half of the forest. So you seem to be very strong. I am going to the king's court and there you will get a job," he said. In that way, the third one also entered into the boat. Again he was moving forward. There he found a man took a pipe and was blowing. He asked, "Why are you doing so?" The woodcutter asked why he was doing so. Then he said, "Actually, I heard we will get heavy rain. My crops are ready to be, but if we get heavy rains, they may get spoiled. That is why I am throwing the clouds away to other place. For that, okay, you seem to be very efficient. Let us get into you also get into the boat. We are going to the king's palace." In that way, he made four of them sit in the boat and was moving forward. Then the king was surprised to see the boat moving on the land. He asked the woodcutter, "Does it move only on land or will it move in water too?" He said, "It will move even in water too." So he was so surprised, he felt happy and said, "I will give you gift for this." Then he was shocked. The woodcutter's third son was shocked. "You said you will give half of your kingdom as well as your daughter. But why are you saying only gift?" For that he said, "No, actually I accumulated a lot of things and all. It would take at least 6 months time to everything to get spent. So after 6 months only I can perform daughter's marriage," he said. For that meanwhile he thought of making a plan to send him away. Then the woodcutter said, "You don't worry, I have a person, and the one which is stored in your first block will be consumed." Then he asked that first man, "You are feeling very hungry. Here there are many items, food items. You can cook whatever you want to cook and fulfill your hunger." In one day, he completed all the things which are there in the first storeroom. He ate off. Then again he went to the king and that was done. He was shocked. Okay, in the second one, what are there? In the second room, there were pots of grape juice. Then he said, "These are the pots of grape juice and these turned to be wine because storing it for many days it turned to be wine." For that he said, "You don't worry, we have a person, he would consume." He called the other person who wanted to eat wine, who wanted to drink wine. He called him and asked him to drink. He just completed all the pots of wine, grape juice, the stored grape juice, and his thirst was fulfilled. Then he's shocked. There is something behind him. He might have got some powers. Thinking so, he wanted to get rid of this woodcutter, and the king sent 1,500 people to him and asked, "See, just send him away from our palace." He asked all those from 1,500 people. They went, and then the woodcutter, the son, thought the king was playing a game. So he called the third man and said, "You are very efficient in carrying things and all. I don't know how you got a good job now. There are 1,500 people and you can send them away using all your strength." In that way, he fought with 1,500 people and third one sent all those 1500 people away. Then now the last rulers left. Then the king thought, people are not sufficient for him. I think we have to use all sorts of people, not only people, all sorts of animals also we can use. Then he sent all elephants, everything. Then he called the fourth man and said, you have the ability to throw the clouds away. Now there are elephants and all these things. I think it is not difficult for you to throw them away. I will give you good gifts for doing all these things. Then he took that pipe and blew away all those elephants, everything. Just they were washed away from that place. In that way, he was able to do all four sorts of things. King did not know what to do. So he called his minister and he asked minister what to do now. For that minister said, this man seemed to be very powerful and was able to do all sorts of things. This type of person is required to our country. Make him as your son-in-law. He said so. Then the king made him his son-in-law by giving his beautiful daughter to him along with half of his kingdom.